Welcome to Christian Brothers High School football as we kick off another season against Fayette-Ware tonight. I'm Eli Savoie. Good to be back in the saddle again this year. And time now for our Lilly Company pregame show. We like to kick off every broadcast talking with head coach Thomas McDaniel, and no different this year. Coach, welcome to a new season. What's it feel like again as you get ready for another new year?
Pretty surreal, to be honest. I was telling somebody in an interview last night that it's my 11th year here, and it's hard to believe that I've been here for 11 years. It's hard to believe I'm going on year 19 as a head coach, and 25th year in education and coaching, and just super blessed. Have a lot of gratitude every day. A lot of work. It never ends. The days are super long this time of year. You work 7 days a week, but it's fulfilling and having a lot of fun. And I think probably my biggest takeaway was, a year ago at this time trying to figure out, can I be the AD and coach football at the level I need to coach and be able to take care of our program the way that the responsibility requires. And, I had a lot of self-reflection. I think even at one time I told you when we were driving to Henry County, I knew that like last year I was like, yeah, this is what I need to be doing still. And I don't feel any different right now. So, hopefully the AD does feel like I'm doing a good job of football, and I still love it. So it's exciting to know that I continue to get to do something where I don't work. Again, I can't stress enough. It's a lot of time. It's a heck of a commitment. A lot of time away from my family, unfortunately, but I love every minute of it, and super blessed to be able to have the opportunity.
When you've been doing it as long as you have, does the preparation going into a new season, does it kind of feel the same every year, or is it a little bit different because of the different team or what you might have returning versus new guys, that type of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's always different, right? So like every year you hope you grow and you get better, and just like the last 2 weeks, the checklist of going through situational things, making sure they understand on a punt block when you can and can't recover a ball, and on a blocked field goal what needs to be done, and all the situational parts of a game, plus managing a roster, making sure you have the right depth in the right positions, knowing that things are going to happen during a game and throughout the season. And then this year, obviously a lot of changes on our coaching staff. So, managing new people and making sure that everybody's comfortable and understands the expectation of what I want within our program and what I feel like is important for our boys keeps it exciting. And, I've told many people I feel like right now, without question, I have the best coaching staff I've had since I've been here. And that's a pretty nice feeling that there's been years where I've had to go coach the offensive line. I've had to go coach the defensive line. We're a man short on defense, and I had to coach the secondary. And right now our staff is super invested. I feel very comfortable at every position that they're going to do a great job every day, an individual, making sure they touch on the things they need to make sure our boys are prepared. And, because as you well know, I told our boys yesterday, there's going to be teams we play that, are going to have more talent than us, that you can address it and make sure they understand it. Not to say we're not talented, but we're not, we're a developmental program. We're a program that you come in like a Hayes Kudis, and you're 5'6" and 145 pounds as a freshman. You leave here and you're 6'2" and you're 230. But also, like, what are the things that give us a winning edge? It's going to have to be our preparation and understanding our fundamentals, and being great communicators on the field, understanding situational football, as simple as it sounds for a common person that watches football, or somebody like yourself that's around the game a lot. It's still, for a 16-year-old kid, situational things don't always register. And then, again, making sure that the coaching staff gels, and we've got a great group of guys. They're all invested in our boys, and you got to make sure you continue to stress the priorities. And our priorities are being a good human being, taking care of your stuff in the classroom, and then practicing with a certain level of intensity. And I'm an old school guy in a lot of ways. Well, I say that I used to say I was an old school guy even though I was young, but I don't know that I can say that anymore. But I just believe I believe hard work and toughness trumps everything. And so we've got to be and more mentally tough, more physically tough than our opponents. And you got to have the focus and the discipline to be able to, withstand those moments when something bad happens, or again, understanding when a certain situation on a 3rd and 12 where we need to keep the ball in front of us and make sure we tackle it and get off the field. So all that, although it's like riding a bike, it's all brand new every year because you're dealing with new people and you're managing personalities, and it's all part of the process.
You've had a couple of scrimmages, a jamboree. What did you take out of those? How did you feel those went to get prepared for this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're in a good spot. I feel good about our team. We're 33 seniors on the roster, a lot of experience coming back. Offensive line, obviously Cole being back healthy, helps us. Experience at wide receiver, a lot of experience at outside linebacker. Defensive line, although not a ton of experience, I feel like it's one of our more talented positions on our team. And then, we got a kicker and punter and a long snapper that have experience. So, I feel really good right now, but I've done this long enough to know that there's always going to be surprises and things that happen that you don't prepare for, and you got to be ready to adapt on the fly.
You mentioned Cole Frazier back after the injury last year at quarterback. Now that he's going in to another year as the starter, what do you look for from him? What does he need to improve on from where he was last year, and what are the strengths that you see in his game?
Well, I mean, he understands the offense, right? So, I think his football IQ, is exponentially better than it was a couple of years ago, as it should be. Finding the things that make him comfortable and the things that he feels like when things are not going well, the things we need to fall back on are the things that he likes. And, obviously taking our time kind of reintroducing him to the offense as far as the run game goes, and specifically I'm talking about the quarterback run. But, even last year before he got hurt, he wasn't running it a ton, but in critical moments when we need it, he was able to do it. So, we've got to be smart, try to protect him, make sure that, we kind of wean him into this. He's thrown the ball well. Again, he understands the offense. I think he's grown up, exponentially the last couple of years, and I look forward to seeing his season. I think he's going to, have a really good year.
You look at the offense, and everybody's going to look at it and go to see Javon Slayton. He's a guy who is a threat to take it the distance every time he touches the football. How do you go about using a guy like that? Not real big, so he's not the guy you want to give the ball 30 times, but how do you go about using a player like him?
I just think you got to find creative ways to get him the ball, and I think we've done that. He's obviously, at the end of the day, the simple answer is you got to identify the people that need the ball, and you got to get them the ball. And we've gotten way better about finding ways to get him the ball. Even this year, right now, I feel like we've got a multitude of ways to allow him to touch it. And, being smart on managing his reps and keeping him out of situations where he has too many high contact, because he's not, he's rugged, tough. He can slide off of tackles pretty well, keep his balance when he's in traffic really well. But again, wanting to take care of him, we got to make sure that we, protect him in that way. So he's gotten so much better with his understanding of the offense, being able to absorb the information. And so, bringing in an additional wrinkle here or there every week, finding new ways to get him those touches is part of the job. And, he'll obviously be a huge part of what we do.
You've had some obviously great running backs, some workhorse running backs. What do you take us through the running back position for this season?
Yeah, I mean, right now, Carter Pugh is a junior, had an excellent sophomore season in JV football. Again, developmentally, he's had a really good freshman year, had a really good sophomore year in JV, and I knew that he was going to be, in position to have a chance to win this job. He's done that. He can catch the ball in the backfield. Again, another guy that retains the offense very well. So if you're a really good player and you can't put it together mentally on the field, those skills don't, the idea of, hey, get ball, run ball, or see ball, tackle ball, that's not reality. Like, everybody's got their place, and, although it's easy to go, they just run it up the middle a lot, which we do, there's a lot of things that go into that, and you got to know where the bubble is, who the escort is, what is my steps. He does all those things really well. Will J's kind of a workhorse for us that is a leader defensively at inside linebacker, but has done another guy that's just done a tremendous job of developing himself over 3 years. He's 215 pounds now, super physical, more elusive than I think people realize. Broke a really long run against Henry County in a scrimmage, and he'll be a guy that you'll see touch the ball some. And then we got a young kid in Chase Buckaloo that I think kind of like Carter last year, needs all the reps he can get in JV, but has done a really nice job so far this fall and being involved in the run game. And so I feel good about our running back room. When we sat here last year, it was Henry County that we realized we're going to have to pull EJ off of defense and make him our main focus. But that was kind of an unknown certainty, So obviously had a tremendous season for us last year, again, you don't know how things transpire over the course of time, but I think our running back group is deep. And then, as I told you earlier, I feel like we lost a really good H-back last year, and Nick Nellis has done a tremendous job. Super physical, gotten bigger, can catch, understands the offense, is a tough guy, and so excited to see him go in the fold there at our H-back position.
On the defensive side, there's experience at every level. Now, you do have to replace the two safeties from last year, but overall, defensively, on paper, this looks like a strength of the team.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, our two safeties don't have a ton of experience in varsity action, and both of those guys last year had a lot of experience. We put a lot on our safeties mentally, making calls and checks and getting things on the back end sorted out. Nothing tells me that the guys we have there right now aren't capable. They're good communicators. They're very locked in at practice. It means a lot to them. So DeStephanis and Hees, I feel like, although they need to grow and get those reps, because nothing, obviously, nothing equates like getting the live game reps. Everything seems to be in place that they're going to be able to lead there. Sebastian has a lot of experience. Elliott has a lot of experience. We've moved Jeremiah Musa from nickel, where he backed up Dockery to corner. He's got a lot of speed. He's physical, so gives us a little depth at corner, which I think we need. And then, Will J's got experience at linebacker, but that will be a mainstay for him. Benny Buckaloo, who's a transfer last year, has gotten bigger, been very active this fall, been very physical. I'm excited to see. I think we're going to be good at inside backer. Outside backer, we have three guys that have tons of game experience. So John Rex, Kel Sanders, and Corday Green. Having those guys is going to be huge. And then, like I told you before, I think our defensive line, although maybe not as experienced, I think maybe as deep and talented as we've been in a long time. So I'm excited about that.
We, as people could see, have some new digs here. There's new things out of the stadium as well. From a coach's perspective, from an athletic director's perspective, the video board, the press box, those type of things, the improvements just around. Kind of what's that do for you just excitement-wise, just to be able to see those types of things being done?
Well, I mean, I think it shows the investment that the school has in our boys, which ultimately that's the biggest thing. I think it's great as a program that you're showing continual development and making things better. The track was long overdue. It looks great. The press box, long overdue, turned out great.
You don't have to tell me about that.
Yeah. And then, obviously, again, 11 years ago, the video board idea was kind of a no-no because it seemed a bit pretentious, which I love all that stuff. At the end of the day, I'm worried about the boys and the 48 minutes of football. But we're in a world where, facility improvements and every little bell and whistle that you can have helps attract the next group of, students. And it's going to be a cool experience for our boys on a Friday night. As you know, like the money that we invested into redoing our sound has made significant difference in the experience in the stadium. The board itself, letting the boys have some fun, and I'm really excited for them. I'd be lying to you, like I'm not a flashy show me type of guy. Like that's not me, the look at me type guy, but for them to be able to see their face on the Jumbotron and hype videos and all the things that's going to come with that over time. That's pretty cool to just continue to make that experience even greater. And it's just another, piece of fruit because these guys work hard. I mean, we invest a lot in the off season. They're here all summer. It takes a heck of a commitment for a young man nowadays. In our program, we ask them a lot. So, like I told them the other day, they need to have fun and enjoy all of it because if it was easy, everybody would do it. It's not easy. And so that for them to get those little extra nuggets, I think is pretty cool.
Do you like our new digs here too?
Yeah, I mean, again,
except for having to wear pants.
Brooks has done a great job, and obviously the school supported him. It looks a lot different than it has in the past, so we're making a lot of really good improvements.
All right, Coach, good luck.
I appreciate it.
That is head coach Thomas McDaniel. We've got more of the Lilly Company pregame show coming your way as we kick off the 2025 season against Fayette-Ware in just a little bit. You're watching Christian Brothers High School Football.